Hey guys, Zari here. Hope all is well and trust you're having a good morning. It is 9:28 on Wednesday, hump day, July 31st, the last day of July and last trading day of the month, of course, as well, before we hit August tomorrow. Interesting times. It is FOMC day today. Fed interest rate announcement, of course, at 2 p.m. this afternoon. Again, it's 9:28 a.m. right now. We're about 2 minutes away from the open here on New York. Same thing every day, guys. Keep it nice and boring. This is a ritual. It's a routine. And it's about being a creature of habit and really programming what happens here one step at a time each and every trading day. This is the Three Sisters 1-minute chart, NASDAQ, S&P, and Dow, with VWAP in the middle of the blue line. VWAP is volume weighted average price with 2.5 standard deviations on either side. Dow selling down here before we even get to the open. We've had quite a rally here this morning. Let's take a look at the daily charts for the Three Sisters. As you can see, we are still really in a rampaging bull market, but have now had a 10% pullback on the NASDAQ, something a bit less here on the S&P and significantly less on the Dow. But this is a very bullish morning and overnight. You can see that we had inside days here on all three, but now have broken above yesterday's highs. Again, today is Wednesday. We broke above Tuesday, and we're about to test Monday's high. You see that there? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 days where we are testing and about to break above here coming into, and it looks like we're going to do it right here while I'm speaking about it as we're coming into the open here on New York. We are still 10 seconds away. We have broken above 1, 2, 3, 4 days on the S&P, and also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days, 9 days, pardon me, on the Dow. So very interesting coming in here to the New York Open, and we are open 4 seconds into the first candle now on the 1-minute charts that you're looking at, dropping down a bit on the Dow. I will be putting you on pause, cutting out dead air, sideways grinding action, non-teaching moments, things of that nature to keep this video nice and tight. I'm going to be extra patient here this morning, given that this market will be probably doing a little bit of a tug of war here and a little bit of meandering and some random price action because of the news, first of all, at 10 o'clock, which is not as big. It's medium folder news, and then the big Fed FOMC news here this afternoon at 2 p.m. So I'll be super patient, guys. We are 1 minute in, almost about 5 seconds away from the 1 minute open range being set. And here we go in 2 seconds and done. There's that second candle. So we have the open range set here on the NASDAQ. Let's take a look at the amplitude, 35 points on the open range for the NASDAQ, 7 3/4 points on the S&P. I'm going to ignore the Dow here for the time being, given that it's been marching to its own drummer, as many of you know if you've been following this for a while. Over to the power grid, guys. For the NASDAQ, there's that daily breaking 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5 days here. Just a little bit more of a push, and we'll get 5-day break. And then, of course, the range chart. Let me take you out to the 30-minute. This is important. You can see we've been rallying here all overnight. There's the aftermarket from yesterday when some big firms announced earnings. I'm going to adjust this zone up just to here. See if we can get up above that into this clean traffic range that goes back to Wednesday, July 24th. You see that there? That's last Wednesday. It was Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, and here we are back at Wednesday. It's 1 week ago. But faltering a little bit here on this 30-minute chart. So I have no strong bias coming in here, guys. I'm probably leaning towards longs given those daily charts that I just showed you. But I have a mixed signal here, guys, or a mixed picture given the extended move that we've had here this morning all through the Asian session and now the European session, and now overlapping into the New York or North American session as well. We are also tagging and rejecting at a key zone that goes back to this Monday and back to last Thursday, right? So you can see that this is a mixed picture, a bullish daily picture that I showed you here, right? 1, 2, and 3. and then this range being tagged here at the top of this zone. So I'm going to be a little extra patient here this morning. I'll put you on pause and bring you back. I'm going to drop down to the 30-second chart here today, guys, just to get a bit more detail on this. Yeah, there we go. And not doing anything here. I'm not going to bite on this, guys. Nothing to do here, guys. And watching this pullback into the open range here, guys, on the NASDAQ, having sold down. The Three Sisters, just meandering. Very lackluster here this morning, as should be expected on a FOMC day. Some weakness coming into the Dow a little bit. This is all marginal stuff, though, guys. There's nothing interesting going on here at all for me. And nothing for me to do here, guys. Kind of meandering down and up here around the open range. You can see this very tight EMA configuration as well. This is the kind of the definition of a range-bound market on the micro scale. That is not the case, of course, on the macro scale here, where we're starting to break above, but not feeling it here. Just a reminder too, guys, there's news at 10 a.m. It is now 9:47. I'm probably going to wait until that news comes out. That news is pending home sales, by the way, guys, for the month of June. All right, guys, we have news in about 15 seconds, pending home sales for the month of June, year over year. And this is medium folder news, but I like to watch it and see what happens, how we react and resolve, and then maybe there'll be a setup. Who knows? Watching the NASDAQ in particular, I have the Three Sisters on a different screen, as always. All right, guys, news is done. I'm watching the Three Sisters on a different screen. Very extended here, but this daily is so bullish now, guys. Buy stop order right here. Buy stop order right above. You can see where I am here. And my stop will be just below, actually just below this pivot right there. You see it? Looking for 1R. Be a quick trade, hopefully. Here we go. And I'm in, guys. I am in. Momentum play here after news. This is the resolution to the upside. Let's see if we can get to the promised land on this, shall we? And guys, as with all trades, even though you have a stack of units of conviction behind your trade, as I've articulated already, you will always have, or you would typically have, 1 or 2 units of doubt as well, because nothing's perfect. And the glaring unit of doubt in this trade, of course, is the extended move that we already have all the way through Asia, and then a resting phase during the London session, and then another continuation higher. So this is fairly extended, but we are in a clean traffic range. We are also in the process of trying to break through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days here, guys, and that's a bullish sign. But now we are, in fact, pulling back. This is a market open play. It is a zone break trade. It is a trend continuation trade. It's all of these wrapped in one. The biggest picture and driver of this, of course, is the daily bullish candle. The low above the low of yesterday, the high above 1, 2, 3, 4 days now, and clean traffic range, of course, in the 30-minute chart, extending a rally on the 30-minute, as you can see here from the overnight. Asking quite a bit from this trade, given the extension, but that daily is pretty compelling, isn't it? And looking for one more push here, guys. And there it is. It took a little bit of time to play out. This is a 30-second chart, as you know, and this is a market open play. It is a zone break play. It is a trend continuation play. Simply waited for the 10 o'clock news. Took the candle on the break here. This is a 10:01, guys, resolution or resolve to the upside after the news kind of danced around a little bit. And above open range, above EMAs, 9 above the 21. Looking at the Three Sisters, you can see that we had agreement or alignment in terms of movement, directional movement here, and even on the Dow start at the time of entry, pushing up here back into the upper end of open range. So Fairly self-explanatory trade. The unit of doubt, of course, as I mentioned, was the fact that we were so extended going through Asia and New York, but we had this nice long pause here for the majority, or for a good portion of the London session before launching from that base. The daily, of course, really setting the stage for this. This is where the torque and the energy is for the lower time frames, is all of what's happening here up on the daily or sometimes the 4-hour chart. Have an amazing day. Thanks for being here, gang. Talk to you soon.